Namaste. I see the divine in you as you see the divine in me. Namaste. And isn't this always the most beautiful way to greet each other? As I see the divine in you and you see the divine in me, we learn to see that we are divine within ourselves and within each other. And in these times of the great alignment coming, we are learning to become one in the collective love consciousness, and understand too how we're part of a greater family of light, and how we can all join the galactic collective love consciousness. And so it is my privilege as the light grid programmer of Kairon, and also the designated channel of Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, to allow the highest love universal messages to come through for the people who love the love and the light, and who want to return to the highest realms of love and light. And it's so beautiful that with each teaching, Kairon pushes knowledge forward and higher truth comes to the earth, and allowing us to come back into alignment of love and understand what love really is, and understand what truth really is. So before I close my eyes, to allow you to hear the messages of the highest realms of love, I'm going to read you the forgiveness statement. And the forgiveness statement of Kairon is given at the divine pineal gland activations. And during the divine pineal gland activations, he gives us beautiful gifts of learning to become more greater forgivers, of learning to understand what energy is greater, and of learning to understand how our beautiful gifts can come to us when we're activated with Kairon. Kairon, I bring you now into my spaces of love and healing. I ask for your presence and for your love to be with me at this time. I forgive all that has caused my pain to happen. I release it now. I allow the angels to take it away from me. I bring in the love and the peace, and I desire to understand more joy and self-love. I surround myself with the highest loving divine beings who are here to take care of me. I let go of all fear within me. I release it. I trust that all things are perfect as they are. I am ready to love myself and all of life more. Thank you, Kairon. Thank you, great divine love. And thank you for watching. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. And how wonderful it is that you are here joining us in these spaces of divine learning, of learning to become wiser, of learning to become more at peace, of learning to become more of yourself. Happy is the one who understands these words. Happy is the one who's been awaiting for this time. Happy is the one who desires the road from above. Happy is the one who learns to be in the heart of the great love. I, as the great Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, am here to bring the highest love and the highest truth from the great universal love realms, to help all people upon your earth to shine with greater knowledge and greater love. I am searching for those who desire the highest ways of love. I'm searching for those who desire to understand how to grow in the great love and on the great road of freedom. It is true that many of the highest universal teachings have become confused and twisted by many upon your earth. And each time we sent the divine channel to your planet, more teachings became twisted. As the darkness decided that all things of light must remain hidden. I, as the great sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, always stated, the light will always shine through. The light will always be recognized by those who desire the highest light. Who will be awake in the time of my great return? For many will state, look, Lord, I am doing a great work in your name. Am I not? And yet I, as the great sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, will say, I never knew you. For yes, you state these great works, all in the name of the great sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. But it is not with the words that you serve the great love. It is with your heart. And it is those who are within the heart. Those are the ones who I, as the great Lord, am searching for. Happy is the one who understands these words. Happy is the one who's been waiting for the great truth to arrive. For I, as the great Lord, always promised that I would return, and I would return in the same way as I have always done. 2,000 years ago, when Jesus was my channel, I stated these words, I will return, and those who see will recognize me. For those ones who see have been waiting a long time. They have been praying for the great return. Jesus stated to the people, what do we pray for? How will we know that the great Lord has returned? Jesus stated, when you see the great Lord returning, you will recognize the words. For the words of the highest Father will always set you free. For the Father is the great truth and the great freedom. The Father is truth. The Father always promises all things. And all things that he promises always come to be. You will know the Father by the way he will speak to you. For in all his words you will know. For there is the heart within you that awakens you to truth. For the Father speaks to your heart. And those who've been awaiting the great Father will recognize the Father. Always pray for the great love to come. Pray for the kingdom to come. As the great divine will be done in the greater heavens, so it will be done upon the earth. For the great Father promises that love and peace will come to the children who desire love and peace. Always stay in the forgiveness. Always stay in the love. Never anger at anyone. Never go to bed angry. Or how can you hear the Father when you are angry? For the great Father only speaks to those who desire love and truth. For in the highest ways, the love of the Father will always shine through. But it is not easy to find the highest path, for you must keep searching for it. Searching for the highest truth and the highest way is not easy, for there will be many in those days of the great return that will say, "Look, I am that one. Look, the great Father is here." And yet the great Father will state, "I am only to be found by the ones who desire the highest love and truth, for they will know truth within them." For the great Father will speak to the ones who are humble, and he will speak only through the one who is humble. He will not speak through those who are proud and who state, "Look, have we not done this in your name, great Lord? Have we done not all these things in your great name?" For then the great Father will say, "But I do not know you. For look at your works. Are they works of the highest love and truth? Have they given the people freedom? Or have they been giving the people burdens?" For the great Father gives people freedom. The great Father sets people free. He promises all the greatest gifts, and yet the ones who state they have the Father burden the people down. And they state to the people, "You must do this, you must do that." And they bring fear within the people. The great Father does not give fear within the people. It is the ones who stand in their preaching houses and who claim to have the Father who bring fear within the people. They bring judgment to the people. They bring pain to the people, all in the name of the great Father. The great Father doesn't give pain. The great Father does not burden the people. The great Father only brings freedom and truth and love to the people. There is only one road to the highest love. One road, and that road is difficult to find. For many are on the big road, the wider road. The wide road is easy to follow, for all things are done on the wide road. And yet the narrow road is difficult to walk upon. Why is it difficult to walk upon? Because it is only the ones who desire the highest truth and the highest ways of love who can walk upon the narrow road. Happy is the one who finds that path. Happy is the one who understands the higher words. Happy is the one who seeks the great Father. For the one who keeps seeking the great Father will be the one who finds the great Father. The great Father desires all to seek the great Father. He welcomes all who are truth within their heart. Come search for me. The great Father says, search for me. For I am the light in the darkness. But it is only when you carry light within your heart that you will find the highest light. For how can you find light when your heart is dark? How can you know the highest truth when the highest truth is not within you? For the great Father only looks for those who desire the highest truth. The ones in the preaching houses state what they believe the highest truth is. But listen to their words. Are they words of truth? Are they words of love? Or do they recite their books over and over and over again, pretending they are the words from the great Father? Listen to the words that they speak. For the Father will never bring judgment on anyone. But the ones who stand in the preaching houses, they bring judgment and burdens. And look how they speak. Look how they speak of their might. They measure themselves by their fringes. And they look at their fringes and say, look, I am mightier than thou. What does the great Father say? The great Father says, it is only the ones who are humble. Those are the ones who I seek. For what good are the others? For they will not listen to the highest road. They will not listen to the highest path. They will even state, look, that is not the great Father. For the great Father does not speak all these things. For they've been listening to the people in the preaching houses. They've been listening to the words being recited over and over again. And yet when they hear the great Father speak, they do not recognize the great Father. They will say, look, the great Father does not speak like that. The great Father will state, well, how do I speak then to you, dear child? For do you not remember the love that I have for you? Do you judge me, the great Father? I do not sound like the people in the preaching houses. I do not sound like the books you read over and over again. For those are not the words of truth. Those are the twisted words. The ones who are humble are the ones who will find the highest ways of truth. For the ones who stand in their haughty heart, they believe that the great Father is this. They believe that the great Father is that. They do not even recognize the love of the great Father. They do not want to remember. Oh, that's not how the great Father is. But once they will see the great Father, they will realize. They will realize. And then they will want to hide. Please do not see me, great Son. But now I will hide. I am so ashamed. For instead of opening my heart to the highest truth, I stated that you were never that one. And now I see. Please forgive me, great Father. It is then that the great Father will be able to reach out to those ones and say, come to the great love, dear one. Let's learn the higher ways of love. Now you are able to receive me. Now you are able to see. Now you are able to walk on the road that leads to the highest love. I, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, am inviting all who desire the highest ways of love. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great.